Even with 10 billion hours in Chivalry 2, bad days happen on the battlefield. So today, we're going to be analyzing poor play and see what we could have done better. What is going on, guys? It's Sean Islami, and today we are going to be using the Raider class using the Messer and the Danax on Thayic Stronghold. It was the worst game I've had in a public TO game in a very long time. Outside of ones in voice chat where I'm not really paying attention, just a lot of things went wrong, positioning mistakes, tons of things like that. And there's a little bit of a side plot I want you guys to pay attention to in this one that we're going to be checking in with throughout the match. And that's that one of my closest friends I've met through Chivalry 2, Joe Crowbar, had one of the most insane performances I've ever seen in a pub lobby. It was crazy because the whole team was negative and he just went off. Like, it was insane. So I'm going to be showing his stat line as we go, just because I could not believe he did this. And it was kind of cool that I'm showing a bad game and I get an excuse to show off one of my friends who won't do a player spotlight. If you guys want to bully him into doing that in the comments, feel free to comment that down below that Crowbar should be doing one. But anyway, let's get into the gameplay where we actually did get off to a hot start. It's definitely not going to stay that way though. So this is already a brutal look because I'm going for a jab after getting hit. That's a bad habit a lot of players fall into, and I typically don't do. And then to make matters worse, I tap block so I get kicked. Those are two of the worst things you can do from just killing bad players in team objective lobbies. If you're just doing a matchmaking and never stepping in the duel yard and never doing the standalones, you will pick up a lot of bad habits. Another one is just turning your back to where people are going to be coming from. So we're going to back up this guy here, throw our weapon, but we're going to just turn around when someone's coming. Like, what am I doing here? Frustration is starting to mount. And I do want to clarify, guys, when I call people bad players, I don't mean that really disrespectfully. It's just a lot of the players that are just matchmaking are not very good. And if you're on this channel, you're probably first watching because you're trying to improve at the game. So I'm just trying to state facts without trying to be too disrespectful, but most of the players in this game are just casually having fun, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're probably having more fun than the people sweating it out like us. And if you would like to improve, the quickest way, as I'm kind of hinting at, is the duel yard. And the Unyielding community has its own duel yard, which is my Discord. So definitely check that out in the pinned comment. And if you're trying to get duels in, check that out in the server browser list. It's the quickest way to get better. If you get in there, we're always helpful to new players, and we'll show you the ropes. We'll teach you all the mechanics. And if you are a veteran player that's been playing a long time, you probably already know it's the most popular duel yard. But what I do want to let you guys know is we're starting a Kendo League, which is something you'd have to look up in the Discord to know exactly what it is. But basically, it's going to be a league where teams go head-to-head in duels. Just check out the Discord for more info. If you know what a Kendo is, it's one of the staples of Chivalry 2's dueling scene. Definitely check out the Discord. It'll be in the pinned comment. Anyway, that's enough self-promotion. Let's get back to the video. So to be honest, I actually play this 1vx not too terribly, but there's no way I should be over here on the other side of this wall fighting 3 people. Not near my team whatsoever, especially because I'm a Vanguard. You guys have known I've been maining Vanguard recently. It's been a lot of fun, and I even emote at the guy to try and troll him a bit because I'm getting frustrated. And he pays me back with a nice kill, so good work by him to kill me after I attempted to ore farm him a bit there. Now take a look at this. I have 8 kills, 4 deaths, not too terrible so far, but Crowbar already has 20 kills, and he's not even using the catapult. He is a monster. This dude is slept on, but in this one, like I said, he carried the team as far as he could. My reaction timing, everything is on point. I'm like countering things well, but what I'm doing wrong here is just getting in the wrong spots. So much of this game comes down to positioning. Like, look, good counter there, but why do I have all these people behind me? Positioning is the most important skill in Chivalry 2, and it's so easy to get frustrated once you start doing that wrong and get in your head. This one I'll account to autopilot. Looking back at this, I don't remember exactly, but I don't think this is necessarily just frustration. I think I just spaced out for life here. You guys know I do that at least a few times a video. I snap back to reality a bit here, but it's a little too late. We missed the counter feint, and we're going to get killed right here. Thank God we had the killing machine one-man army known as Joe, because I was falling for war axe drags there. Joe's just going to come in with his battle axe and clean up, though. He's just effortlessly gets rid of those 2 guys. Pretty funny. This is a mistake. So we're on to stage number 3 and defending the banners. and we're going to just turn left. Why am I doing that? Why am I not going up to the hill there? Again, I sound like a broken record, but positioning is so important. It is the #1 skill in the game. And once you start getting frustrated with that, your mental game, your headspace, it's all going to just fall apart and you're going to make other mistakes. That's at least how it typically goes for me. And things like that should be common sense. And it's just not clicking for me right now in this game. And again, I wasn't in voice chat or anything. So bad days just happen in this game. Like, some days you just don't have it. And this was one of them for me. Here's what we call a calculated mistake, because I see Crowbar in trouble. I know it's a mistake to go down there, but I want to back him up. So he's going to get killed by a top TO player in the game, and I'm able to crouch to avoid his jab and then overhead my messer into him, and I actually kill him. That's a player that kills me pretty much 10 times out of 10, but luckily I got the better of him on this one. This is the problem with me and Danaxes, and why I've started, since making that last video talking about the Raiders so much, I've just started taking 2 messers because I just do so much team damage in general, but especially with throwing that Danax. So it's definitely a mistake. I'm making it a lot in this one so far. I've just been saying other things, and you've probably noticed I've hit a few teammates by now. Just a problem. It's something I'm just getting frustrated with, so I've just stopped throwing Danaxes in general. Checking in on our good friend Crowbar here. Look at this. He has 38 kills. The next closest person has 16. He's only died 5 times. Most of the team is negative besides me and a few others. Crazy. I couldn't believe this performance, and it only gets better from here from him. As for me, though, I'm going to progressively get worse. After going AFK a quick second, they're already turning the drawbridge cranks. This team was pretty hopeless. I mean, we didn't really have any notable players besides us two. Like, it was just a low-level team, so it's not really their fault. I don't think anyone switched either. I think it was just bad luck. If I'm struggling, it's just not good for this team. We were able to repel them for a second, but that's just not a good sign right off the bat as we defend the drawbridge cranks. Clearly, I'm at a loss of what to do here. Frustration is definitely getting the better of me because I'm just fainting when there's no reason to, walking right into attacks. It's a mess. This game was just a total mess for my usual standards, or just in general for a level 1000. This was not a good game. I can see myself being in officially just fucking mode, just walk in, just die, not even, it's like I'm worse than autopilot. It's just like I'm like brain dead, no thinking involved whatsoever. I'm just waiting for this one to end. We are barely even going positive at this point, but Crowbar is, again, I'm glazing the guy, but he was just a one-man army. Now, typically when my friends are playing with me, they let me be VIP because they know I'm making content. Not like I'm ever telling them that directly, but this is obviously a case where Crowbar has to accept it for himself and for the team. I mean, there's no way any of us are going to win besides him at this point. And guys, if you are enjoying the video so far, please consider giving it a like. It helps small YouTubers out like me a ton. And if you'd like to support me with a channel membership, that'll be in the description or the pinned comment. Not sure which, we'll figure that out. Let's see if Crowbar can finish off this Herculean effort to get us a win. So while we had our worst game in a very long time, Joe had a legendary performance and came within a second of being able to get that banner up, but someone got a hit in and stopped him. It really did suck that the team didn't have the killing power or really, honestly, the willpower to try and get him there. But if you want to see a game where I put up 96 kills and 170 takedowns, that one's on the screen now. Love you guys. See you in the next one.